Hi guys, my name is Ari. I'm the Bookish Freaking MB and welcome to my channel. I know it's been quite some time. I did start this series quite a few weeks ago and I am still going to finish this series. I promise you. It's just been very hectic around here. It's been kind of, a lot. But I am back and I'm going to give you our third installment of this series. I just wanted to show you and share a couple of things that I have received in the past few weeks, and also show you some music items that I have autographed, and I'm really excited about that. Also, I don't want you to ever think that I am not grateful for all of the subscribers. I think you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here and sticking with me. And also, thank you to all of my new subscribers. I did realize that I have gotten a couple of new ones in the last month or so. So I am really excited to see where this goes and see if you like it. Honestly, just give me any feedback and I will be here to listen to whatever feedback you give me. And also, I do have a small little announcement at the end of the video, so stay tuned. I do want to tell you about some of the things that I have in store for this month and quite a few months after, so stay tuned. So around Christmas time, there were an influx of different giveaways going on, and I just so happened to enter a giveaway. And this author is from Australia and was giving away quite a few copies of her book. Her name is Ellie Marney, and the name of the book is None Shall Sleep. But I wanted to go through how this thing came, because honestly it came with a whole bunch of incentives and things that I wasn't expecting for it to have. And honestly, this is just really cool of her to send all of this. So we have the bookmark that says None Shall Sleep. Of course it says Ellie Marney up there. And you have a picture of the book and a little bit of a poem up here. So I thought that was really cool. And then it also came with this little note, and it says Ari, of course, that's my name. And the little note has this design on the front, and it's really cool. So I opened it up, and of course you have like character stickers. You've got Simon, you've got Travis, Emma, and Kristen. So you have your characters, and then it came with this really cool note right here. It says, "Hey Ari, all best wishes for the holiday season and happy reading." And of course it's signed. But we also have the book here. And this is an Australian publishing of this book. It would have come in hardback if it was a US publishing, but of course this is an Australian one. And it is paperback. But also, when you open it up, hold on, you've got, it says sleep well, and of course it is signed at the bottom. It's just really cool that she included all of that with the book. I was not expecting to get anything else but the book signed and everything. So one thing that being a part of the book community has afforded me is being able to actually interact with authors, which I never thought I'd be doing ever, because I've always been kind of an avid reader and I didn't know what the heck booktube was some years back. And honestly, after deciding that I wanted to start this channel, I was like, you know what, I don't know what may come out of this, but I'm excited to see what will happen, honestly. And I can't be more, excited and kind of grateful for all of the things that I've gotten to participate in. And one thing that I have done is been able to, talk to my favorite authors, which is bananas to me. It still kind of amazes me that some of them even answer any of my messages. It's kind of crazy. But this particular author has always been very sweet to me and very nice. So I contacted them and asked them for their autograph. And of course, a few weeks later, I get an envelope in the mail with a book plate signed, and it had a little note and everything. And I was just really, really excited. This author is Kalynn Bayron. I loved this book and honestly can't be more excited to have an autographed copy of this book. So, of course, it came with a note. I told you it came with a note. It says, "Thank you for reading Cinderella is Dead." And it's signed. I always keep these. And then you have the signed book plate, which is amazing because she didn't have to send me any of this. She didn't even have to answer my message or anything. It was just something that I asked for, and she just graciously obliged, and I thank her for that. So yeah, thank you, Kalynn. If you ever see this, thanks a lot. As y'all know, one of my favorite authors is Elizabeth Acevedo. Oh my goodness, I've read all 3 of her books, enjoyed all 3 of them. I am in love with The Poet and Clap When You Land. They're both amazing. I love her, her verse books a little bit more than I like her standard prose, but I do really enjoy her writing. And of course, when I found out that there were going to be autographed copies of Clap When You Land, of course, I asked for this for my mom. She was just like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And even though this was coming out months after my birthday, I was just like, I just want the money to get this book. And honestly, I do not regret getting the signed copy. It honestly is just so stunning of a book anyways, without it being signed, that regret is not a thing around here, So it has like this little insert here, and it says, let me see, it says "Onward, Elizabeth Acevedo." So I do have that signed as well. I honestly love this book. It made me cry so hard. I was just so enthralled in this book. And of course, her novels written in verse are just chef's kiss. It's amazing. I love her. And honestly, when I got this book in the mail, I was just like, nobody's touching this book. But I am letting someone else read it, so I hope that we can keep it in good condition, because this is kind of a treasure for me. Well, anyway, let's go to the next thing. A few months ago, I won a giveaway that Leah Johnson was doing. Of course, she was giving away a few of her author copies of her book. And honestly, I didn't think I was gonna win. It was one of those things where I just flipped the coin and said, alright, if it's heads, I'll, enter the giveaway or whatever. no biggie. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. That's cool. Wasn't really pressed about it or anything like that. But then about a week later, I get a DM from Leah Johnson saying, hey, you won the giveaway, you know, let me know what your name and your address is. And then we started talking and everything. She's a really gracious person, by the way. She's kind of cool and amazing. Like one of my favorite authors right now, especially because her personality is just so bubbly and she's just everything. But in the package, I got a couple of things with the book. So with the book, I got On Your Crown. This is a button, and I know I've probably worn this quite a few times in videos. Some of my older subscribers might recognize this because I've worn it quite a bit, especially when I was doing reading sprints, or you know, just basically like discussions and everything. I know I wore it for the discussion that we did on the book for Queer Joy Book Club. I actually wore it. I remember it quite vividly, and of course it's one of those buttons that just stays in my rotation. It's one of my go-tos, and if you see me wearing it at any point in time, just know this is like one of my favorite buttons, and you're not gonna stop me from wearing it. That's just all to that. But anyways, it also came with a little, I guess this is like a postcard or whatever, and it says take up your crown. And of course this copy of the book is autographed by Leah Johnson. It says Own Your Crown. And honestly, I just love this book. It's amazing. I did read it, and I read it with Queer Joy Book Club. Shout out to Jaimito. I love you. You are amazing. I am so looking forward to working with you again. I hope you see this. But yeah, this is just one of my favorite books, and it's one of my favorite LGBTQ books also. So yeah, like I will probably more than likely end up reading this book again. So I did say I was going to show you some music. So I guess this is where I tell you that I have a few things that I wanted to show you music wise, things that I have autographed here just laying around. I actually do listen to a lot of this. You know, I have a vinyl player over here next to me, and I listen to vinyl quite often, and CDs and all of that. I collect music. I am a music collector and a musician, so you know, I collect quite a bit. So I think that some of these you'll recognize, and I do want to show you this vinyl first because it's just one of my favorite albums of last year, and honestly I couldn't be more, you know, obsessed with this album. I listen to it on the turntable all the time. It's like my go-to when I'm cooking or when I'm just out here sitting and just vibing or whatever. So it's quite a big deal for me. So of course this is like one of my favorite albums. It's one of my go-to albums to listen to whenever I'm just in the mood for some vinyl. Of course, you know, we've got that cover. It's an amazing cover. I love it. But what's really cool about this particular version is that it comes just like this, you know, but also this vinyl is blue. It's supposed to be like deep sea blue, and it plays very well. It's like so crisp, and yeah, I just love the sound of vinyl, and her album sounds very, very good on vinyl. But also, you have your standard art, but right there in the corner, it is signed by Kehlani herself. I just keep this very, very, safe. It's just tucked away. It's one of my favorites, and not just because it's signed, but like this album literally was one of the albums that got me through 2020. Like, honestly, let's be serious that this is probably one of the best albums of 2020, and it deserved a whole lot more than what it got. But yeah, this one is a signed copy, and I got this off of her website. She did a sale where she was like, it was like a week-long sale where she was signing autographed copies and sending them out to people. And when I finally got it, I was just so excited. I couldn't wait to open it. And I did listen to it like as soon as I got it in the mail. So yeah, this is like my go-to vinyl. If it's not Prince, it's Kehlani. Since we're going through music and everything, I just wanted to show you this one. It is hands down probably one of the best albums of last year too. I think it was up there with It Was Good Until It Wasn't. And honestly, the interactions between Kehlani and KIKI kind of had me in a place where I was thinking maybe Kehlani was going to be on her album, but it never happened. Kiana Lede has some really, really amazing music on this album, but what I want to talk about is the autograph. There you go, Kiana Lede. This is her debut album. It's called KIKI, and honestly, I couldn't be more happy with this album. Like, I've been listening to Kiana Lede for quite some time, and when she finally dropped her debut album, I was completely excited. And when I found out that she was only going to be autographing CDs, I was just like, I'll just get a CD, it's cool, doesn't matter, I just want her autograph. So I do have Kiana Lede's autograph on her CD. So yeah, it actually came with like two booklets. You have like the regular booklet without the signature, and the one with her signature. So I just put them both in here. But yeah, this is easily probably number 2 behind like Kehlani. No, number 3 behind Kehlani, because Ungodly Hour was amazing. But anyways, I really, really did enjoy this, and I'm glad I got a hold of an autographed copy before they sold out, because they sold out quite quickly when everybody found out that she was going to be autographing copies. So I'm glad I got this. If you know me, you know that for the last 6 weeks or so, I've kind of been in this Demi Lovato haze, of course, because she dropped this documentary that is just so heartbreaking and so open and amazing. And I'm so glad that she's being, recognized for doing this documentary and telling people about her struggles, and also opening up about that fateful night, she talks about the overdose and her friends talk about it and everything. And honestly, the documentary provides all of the context that you need to understand what the new album is about. And honestly, I am not going to lie to you, I cried the first time I heard the whole album in its entirety, and I cried when I saw the video, Dancing with the Devil. Just her revisiting and reenacting that night is just a lot, and I still have not been able to watch that video again. But that is neither here nor there. This is talking about autographs. So I just wanted to show you something that is pretty interesting, something that she was doing on her website, in her official store and everything. This is her album. This is Demi Lovato's Dancing with the Devil, The Art of Starting Over. Of course, this is the standard version of the album, but the standard version of the album on her website was able to be autographed. So she was literally selling these on her website for about the same price as you would buy her regular old, standard edition album. And of course, you got her autograph, CD, artwork, all of that. It's cool. And of course, we thought they were sold out at first, and then like the night of the album release, they became available again. So we went in there and just snatched one up real quick. And so yeah, like the album is amazing. There are like multiple versions of this album just floating around, and there's like an expanded version, there's a deluxe edition, there is a Target exclusive edition, there's an exclusive that she was selling on her website, and all of them have bonus tracks and all this extra stuff, and it's quite cool. I think most of the time she does these really big, elaborate, just record and album release types of deals. I know for a fact that when Tell Me You Love Me came out, there was a deluxe version, and then there was an exclusive from Target and all this extra stuff. So like it's become kind of a trend for her to have like different versions of the album. I'm just glad that this year when she did her release, she also released an autographed version, so that people who couldn't, because we can't meet in person, she was able to let us have a little bit of a autograph or whatever. So I thought that was cool that she thought about people not being able to see her in person and get an autograph, and made it available for people to get autographs online. So I just commend her for that. I commend Kehlani for that one too. I'm glad that some of these artists are thinking of that, because they know we don't know when we're going to be able to see some of these artists in person ever again. So it's just like we just gotta wait the storm. That concludes my third installment of this autographed series. I gave y'all a little bit more because I am making up for lost time. Honestly, it's just been very crazy around here lately, and I just wanted to give y'all a little bit more, little something to chew on, enjoy. And it's gonna be a little bit longer than my other videos, and honestly I'm just glad to be able to film right now. It's just been so long, and I feel like I've been away for so long. I do have a couple of announcements. I will be participating in a slow read with Chloe from Thistle and Verse. I am so excited to announce that I will be co-hosting with other booktubers Broken Earth Trilogy slow read. And I am thoroughly looking forward to this. I hope that everyone enjoys it, and I'm just ready to be able to interact with everyone and be able to discuss and just be here in the present and reading with everybody. It's just going to be amazing. I previously did a slow read for the An Unkindness of Ghosts, and I really enjoyed that. So I hope that the Broken Earth trilogy will be just as fun and just as informative and all of that. I'm just going to go ahead and say we're just going to enjoy it. I will also be holding my own sprints for this slow read for the people who need a little bit more time to read through their chapters midweek. I will be doing this independently. This is just my reading sprints. It'll just be for us to read and just check in with each other and discuss some of the themes that we sometimes don't get to discuss in the regular slow read, sprints. So that will be my individual thing that I'm doing for the ones that are slower readers and won't be able to get through their chapter reading without it. And I just want to go ahead and tell all of you, thank you for sticking with me. To my new subscribers, I hope you're not completely bored by me. I hope you enjoy this video, and also I hope that you all stick around. So to everyone in every place, every time zone, I hope that you all have a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Peace.